Thanks for tuning back into Serial Busters Episode 2. It is February 9th, 2015, second month of the new year. You know, I started this out last time, and I hope everyone's staying warm, staying nice and chill in this crazy freaking weather we're having. Michigan is a fun place to live, different every day.
Fun is one way to define it, Devin. That's certainly one way to define it. It's me, John, again, and with Devin. And also our voice and our wonderful voice of sex, Ryan.
Our special sex guest, Ryan.
I appreciate that.
And guys, we're gonna start off the podcast with doing some background on us because you guys don't know us that well. We're a new podcast, so Devin, we're gonna start out with you for the background. So, what's your childhood like? Let's go there.
Damn.
I'm gonna throw the real punches. You know where we're going with that.
Damn, that's a good one. Well, my childhood was kind of interesting. You start from nothing and you go and get rich. You know, you build your base up.
No, but seriously, what your childhood?
No, really, like I was a underprivileged child for a very long time.
Okay.
I did have an interesting background. We used to live in a bad neighborhood. Stuff happened. Just life is what it is for certain people. You take your stuff day by day, but I just say that,
you survived. You got
it was
out.
just life preparing me for other actions that could be happening later in life. It was just God strengthening me for those tough times that could be happening in life. You wake up for a week without power. Oh, shit. You go for a week without power. You get used to power outages and shit like that. You were just prepared. It's just a normal occurrence. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and pass that off to Ryan with his special fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're looking at my childhood, I was very overweight when I went through my preteen years, and that kind of led to a lot of confidence issues where I didn't have a lot of guy friends, and it's where I started hanging out with mostly girls because I found myself comfortable in a group where I didn't feel so judged by my peers, and that's kind of where I found myself comfortable around girls, and that's where I really started to blossom as I grew older and grew taller. I kind of thinned out and I became athletic more.
What you're saying here is this is you becoming the voice of sex.
That's right. That's where I'm heading with it. I want you guys to understand that I'm not just a name, but I'm a public being.
You are a voice.
Ryan was not always
well known.
The voice of sex is what he's saying. He turned into this. It's not something you're born with. It's something you kind of grow into.
Like I said, you start from nothing. You build up the basket.
You have the ability to create yourself every day you wake up in the morning. And I think that's what's important. John, throw something at me here.
Okay. My childhood was fairly basic. I grew up in the same house for 20 years.
Basic is an understatement.
Pretty basic. Two income family. I have a sister. Mom and dad. My childhood went fairly well up into my parents' divorce. That was hard on me. But other than that, my parents taught me well. They really shaped who I am as a person. And that's kind of how my life went. I again, really basic. These guys, hats off to them. They've had a lot more change than I have in my life. So, Devin, I'm gonna throw it off to you with the next question. Being, where do you guys want to go with this?
Hey, let's talk about food. I'm starving. I'm ready to go out and eat when we're done with this. So how about we talk about favorite foods, favorite places to eat? Devin, lead me off here.
All right, let's see. Favorite food. Damn, I'm a foodie, man. I love me some food, but
I can tell, baby.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't start out with the fact how much you love Thai food.
Oh,
so let's take it.
Thai food is my shit. You gotta have some pad Thai and some pad. Everybody's talking about that pad prick, but I say, hell nah. You pass that shit to the side. You put that at the end of the table. You can tip it off a little bit. You can knock that plate over and break that shit. It is so you gotta get some pad Thai and some pad, and you put that red coconut milk from that pad on that pad Thai, and you eat that shit up with peanut butter and milk and shit. There you go, man. There you go. Okay. And then favorite place to eat, probably Bangkok cuisine, man, because it's a Thai food, man.
Bangkok cuisine, for real. That's in Michigan, right?
Yeah. They're all over the place.
We live in Michigan, John. Where do you think it's at?
Yeah.
I'm letting the listeners know where we're from.
Am I traveling to
No.
Wisconsin every fucking day to go get
No.
it?
Dude, if it were that good, you know you would.
Oh, shit.
You know
Yeah,
you
if I had
would.
enough money.
Ryan, let's go to you
Yeah.
for your favorite food and place to eat.
Oh, that's easy. I'm a big Italian guy. I have no Italian in
Wow,
me.
I honestly
But
didn't know that for as
pizza-
long as I've known you.
Pizza, lasagna, spaghetti, garlic bread is my big one. That's my weakest.
Yeah, that I
Any
did
type
know.
of bread with butter, bread. I could have
Beach bread.
beach bread.
Oh
put
my
some cheese
God.
on some bread with a little tomato.
Oh, beach bread is the bomb,
baby,
man.
Oh Lord. Okay.
If you don't know what beach bread is, let's break this down for you. Me and Ryan have traveled to a little place, and I've traveled there quite a bit, called Fort Myers Beach, Florida. You know, and down there they have this concoction of bread called beach bread, and all it honestly is some cheese on bread with some mayonnaise underneath that cheese, and then
And tomato.
and you got diced tomato on top, and it is the bomb.
Bro, my grandma
diggity
makes this all the fucking time.
on the beach.
It's so good. Though,
It's
'cause
so good on the beach.
You need to understand it's on the
Do
beach.
they like heat it in an oven?
No, they heat it in the beach sun.
It's beach
Fuck off.
bread. They make it on the beach for
Bro,
you
my grandma
with the sun.
eats it in the oven and shit, and that shit is delicious.
Hey,
But
we're
anyway,
talking about John's favorite food now. We know what I like.
I know,
a
but
big
I'm just
Italian,
relating.
I'm a carb
I'm
guy.
relating, bro.
Okay.
I'm a protein guy. Give me some type of meat. I'll eat that shit up.
Definitely.
my
bro.
my
John, you're
favorite
up.
food, I gotta go with my number one favorite, which is basically red meat, beef, just beef, any kind of beef.
That steak.
Yeah, steak pretty much is my favorite. The rawer it is, just sear it on the outside and I'll eat it. Keep it mooing, basically. Run it through a warm room, I'll eat it.
Now, you all need to know something here is that John eats like a dead bird. So when he's saying he likes to eat red meat, he'll eat about a quarter of a hamburger, and that's about
That's
it for
not
his
true.
dinner.
I've eaten a 22-ounce steak in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, when maybe you were
Really,
starving for about a
22
week.
ounce? A 22
22-ounce cowboy steak at Mr. Paul's.
In
You can
5
ask my
minutes?
family about that. In
5
under
minutes?
5 minutes.
John,
He
that's
can
a
vouch
pound
for.
and a half of
He
food.
can vouch for 22
That's
ounces.
not an hour and a half of food, bro.
It's a pound and a half, John.
Yeah, well, ask my grandpa. Why
Okay.
he was right there in front of me while I pounded that thing down.
Well, you're lucky your papa likes me better, so I'll get the
Yeah,
story
right,
out of
okay.
it.
Anyways, moving on back
Moving
to
on,
Devin.
so-
Center attention.
So from food, we're actually going to move on. Devin, we're going to start with the topic of health, which honestly I think we've all fought with now and again.
When did we discuss the topic of health? Was that you two?
That was Ryan throwing that in. Ryan,
Okay, I'm down.
his.
All right, but either
you
way,
wanna
what
talk
about health?
let's jump into health. I guess exercise and dieting. Ryan,
Public health obesity. Let's take it there.
let's take it there. Ryan, I'm gonna let you start with this because you know the most about this.
This is one of my more passionate subjects when it gets into health, personal fitness. I'm a big exercise guy. I'm exercising or doing something athletic or active, usually over 40, 50 hours a week between my job where I coach, so I'm constantly moving, constantly being active. And I look at people and just kind of wonder to myself, how can you not be as active? Where I was raised with no technology or very little, where I'd use my imagination. And that kind of brings to that question is how you're raised related to your current health as you progress through the rest of your life?
Some it is. Some people were just naturally, big Italian people who are like their mom just kept feeding them food. It's a big bunch of food,
Yeah,
coming out of it all the
definitely.
time. I wasn't really raised that way. I was raised more or less along the lines of, finish what's on your plate, but, don't eat too much,
Well,
So,
I believe it's a portion of your genes, a portion of
Yeah.
if your parents spoil you. I believe it's a portion of what your
I think
name is. Because if
metabolism-
you're not confident with your name, you are not confident with yourself. And beyond that, I know that's a weird subject.
I
but
think confidence definitely goes hand in hand with
Yes.
overeating and
Number one.
obesity.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I think confidence is a big thing, and for some people, food is comfort. Like they say, comfort food, So
Oh yeah, but on the name thing, I know that was random, but I
No,
like
no,
watched
I think
a
that
video
was
on the study of
perfectly reasonable.
People are their fate is kind of determined based on their name because the more confident people are more confident with their name. Like if you were named Ashley, you would be more rebellious and not really be confident because you know that you're not confident with
totally.
that name.
But I I do agree with you that confidence is a big thing, and that's what's leading into all this obesity. Without bullying and all this, you wouldn't have all these kids who have the eating problems like they do, where they just keep eating, and the families who just they support that. They just let it happen. They don't say anything.
Okay, now let's look into, as much as you have all these background factors going into it, you have, let's say, childhood factors. You're looking into it, you have all the information coming out, you have scientific studies, you have people being active all around you, you have people not doing anything all around you. How do you make the choice to become more active? Personally, you have gyms all over. You can walk, you can bike, you can take, and if you're inside and you want to walk up and down the stairs 50 times a day, that's fine with me. You have basic workouts you can do to really get your heart rate going and get that exercise there. Now, what's keeping people from doing that? What's keeping people from crossing that barrier?
My personal opinion on this is with people and the dieting and the health and exercise, I think it comes down to the amount of time they have, or the amount of time they think they have, because honestly you can exercise in any amount of time, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour. But I think it comes down to the amount of time people think they have and the amount of money people think they want to spend on exercise. People honestly don't want to spend that much money on their health. They'd rather spend more money on cars or
food.
Food, clearly, they just want to eat more. But I think they focus more on possessional things than they do on helping themselves get healthy.
I also see now health can be free. Health can be free. This is one of my big ones, so I want to take it. And this is what I'm saying, where you can go for a walk. You can go to a Salvation Army and spend $1 and pick up a football. That you can have fun. You can, if you're an adult, play with your kids. If you're in high school, play with some of your friends. There are active things to do that cost no money at all.
Let me stop you.
I'm going to throw this to Devin.
Yeah, let me stop you. Right there, I was going to say this about 5 minutes ago. The underlying factor is truly motivation.
Yes.
It's completely motivation. It doesn't matter how much it costs. It matters how much you care. It matters how much you care about yourself and your body, for the fact that if you're lazy, you're not going to do shit about it. You're just going to lay and just relax, and it doesn't matter if it's free. I'm not talking shit to people. I'm a big guy. It's just how it is. You're lazy. You don't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, I got
pretty much what it is.
I got lucky. I got blessed with a fast metabolism. So I'm super scrawny. I don't build muscle that easy though, so that's a downside because of the how skinny I am. But I got lucky. I got blessed with the fact that I don't gain weight easy. So, any further comments on health? I mean, it's a huge subject, but
besides this dude snoring over here,
we got our buddy Austin with us today, guest starring, who decided to take a little snooze there. I guess we're not interesting enough for him. So let's switch up topics here.
The epic fail that the Seattle Seahawks had, they had the game in the bag and they threw it away. Literally they threw it away. They had the number one running back ready to go, ready to make that touchdown.
Easy play, easy call, and they decided to go for some trickery, trying to throw it in from the 1 yard line.
What a crapshoot that was! You had the game in the palm of your hand, and you just threw it right to the Patriots.
In the palm of his hand until he let that ball go. Yeah. He could have handed it right to the number one player on that team, questionably.
Questionably, he's pretty good. The guy's
damn good. Don't take.
Yeah, he's damn good. I'm not trying to demean him.
He's not the smartest. Let's be honest. Some of us have seen those interviews.
Let's be honest. You don't have to be smart to play football. You just got to be.
Oh, that's a.
Well, I mean,
that's a dangerous topic. Let's stay on the
play and like the ability to retain knowledge of the sport.
It's a different skill set. Let's
leave it at that.
Let's leave it there.
I'd like to get at the point real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
That the commercials were not as entertaining as they
were really depressing.
There was hilarious ones.
There was a couple, what was it? Skittles. The
Skittles was good.
With the arm wrestling,
yeah, that was pretty funny. I thought it was all about like them masturbating.
That was the only one. Honestly, the
Bud.
I did think that was funny.
The Budweiser one was adorable.
The Budweiser one was adorable, but what the fuck are you doing with beer and puppies?
GoDaddy. Did you guys hear that GoDaddy made a commercial making fun of the Budweiser?
Oh yeah, and they got banned from it.
And they got pulled.
Yep, they got.
So they made one just mentioning the puppy.
Yeah, no, the commercials were really depressing, especially nationwide. I don't know what they were thinking, but maybe they were going for that.
Was that the commercial in the very beginning?
That was the one where I could have done all this, but I died.
They had 4 commercials that were advertised as suicide awareness, eating disorder awareness, and different things of the sort. And I just thought it was the wrong stage to broadcast.
I definitely think that. I think it's something that should be brought up, but that was the wrong place to bring it up. That was a bad setting.
In that first commercial, I think it was for like MSNBC or something, where he's like, "Can you twerk?" and it's like a Hyundai commercial at the same time. And I'm sitting here like, "What the shit is this? I don't want to watch this."
They got to work on the commercials. But from that, we're gonna move on. Yeah, my favorite segment in this entire thing. I would read it off in this episode, but I'm gonna let Ryan. I'm gonna throw it to Ryan.
Oh, we got the lightning round today. We got the lightning round. Okay, so here we go. This is our topic for today. It's going to be a little different than our last segment. So we've all seen trends come and go through the years. We've had YOLO, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to rattle off a few new trends and fashion statements and see if we think they're a hit or a miss. So all Devin and John here are going to be doing hit or miss, maybe a couple extra words. That's it, next topic. All right, so what do we think? Patterned and neon leggings.
I think it's a hit.
It's obviously a hit. All the girls are wearing them.
All right. Old is new. This is with fashion and homes.
No, it sounds stupid.
Huge miss. Huge miss.
I mean, brick homes, I guess, but like not like.
This is in fashion clothing. Like,
well, he also said in homes.
In homes too.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's come back.
I mean, I think it'd be okay in homes, but not with people.
Seconds, guys.
Miss.
All right, let's fucking go.
Move on.
Okay, drones and aerial technology.
Drones is a hit.
Hit.
Everybody.
Huge hit.
Okay.
Huge leap in technology.
Okay. Bluetooth technology.
Oh, definitely. Everybody
That's
wants
been
a
around
speaker
for
and
long, but it's really coming around. It's changing surround sound. So that's good. That's a hit.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard about it. What about Uber taxi service?
Oh, definitely a hit. It's more
depends
convenient.
on what. I think it's a hit, but it depends on where you live. If you live in a place that's not heavily populated, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then our last one for today, we got the iced coffee.
Miss. I think coffee was meant to be hot.
I think it's a hit, especially with the younger generation, because it's like you can drink coffee in a sweeter, colder way. It's not some burning type of black shit. You know what I mean? It's not. It's
I don't
different.
know. I think it depletes. I honestly think it depletes the caffeine that you're getting. That wake up boost that you want. That warm coffee that wakes you up in the morning.
It's the fact that it's like trendy and you can flavor it in different ways compared to it being hot.
It's not really coffee to me. If you're gonna
coffee's that hot mug.
Coffee wakes you up in the morning. It's that slap in the dick that really gets you going.
Slap in the dick.
Definitely coming from the voice of sex.
You're looking at iced coffee now. You're paying the same price or maybe even more for the flavorings, and the cup is usually filled up completely with ice. You're getting about half the product.
Yeah, honestly,
for the same
probably
amount.
not
even
third
half.
of the
You're
product.
probably getting a third, I would say. Iced coffee is just it's a bad business deal for the customer. Great business deal for those who are selling it, but I think it's dumb.
It's cool and it's definitely trending, but it's not.
It is what it is.
It's kind of a dumb thing when you look at the big picture.
So can we agree that it's a hit and a trend, but it's kind of an asshole move from...
Yeah.
Let's agree with that. Let's agree with
that.
For sure.
Right, that's going to be wrapping up the lightning round today. Next topic, John.
That'll end the lightning round. Okay, our next topic, we're going to talk about Uber Taxi a little bit, because this is something that's come up recently, and honestly, I've heard mixed feelings about it. I've heard it's great. I heard it's revolutionizing the taxi service, and then I've heard how dangerous it can be. These Uber drivers just taking people to not where they said they wanted to go, not to the destination they specified, and they could be killed, or kidnapped, raped. How do you guys feel about that? That's a little worrisome.
If I can take this one first, I think the whole killed wrong destination, that can happen with any taxi service. That can happen with going on a public bus ride. It's just one of being in the wrong situation at the wrong time.
Oh yeah.
Now with Uber, it kind of opens that door a little bit, but it's also a great service. I know a few people who are older, so they're over the age of 21. So they go to the bars, they go out, they'll go to the club, they'll have a good time. And then instead of taking and driving drunk home or ordering a taxi, which is going to be $20-$25,
they use Uber Taxi,
which is going to be from somebody who's local, It's usually a nicer car, and it's going to be somewhere in the range of $6 to $8, where they're saving a lot more money.
And all you have to do, you don't have to call someone and tell them your location. You literally click a button, and your GPS location is sent.
Yeah, and you're picked up right then and there. I agree with Ryan. It is the safer opportunity out there. Do not drive drunk. There's no point to it. You're just going to cause damage to yourself and damage to others. So I think Uber, genius idea. Whoever came up with that is clearly going to make millions.
They probably already are.
Honestly, they are with how popular that app is. Okay, so I guess we're going to move on from there to a really, really big topic. Been discussed endless amounts of times. It's hugely controversial, and that's religion. I'm going to throw this off to you guys. I'm not super religious.
I'm not either. It's just mainly the fact that, well, there's something that Ryan and I have talked about before with not just religion, but other things that people believe in, is when you believe in something and you try to tote it and shove it down throats.
That I don't agree with. That is
we do not feel as if that is a comfortable way to do things. It's morally wrong. I'm pretty sure it's morally wrong in any religion. It's something everyone who is devoutly religious does, though. In churches, they'll even talk about how you want to spread your religion and strike those that are not believing in the way that you are, or that believe in a different God. I've heard it. I've been to church there and back a few times, and I've definitely heard all of that go on. And it's not like I go to some funky churches.
I totally agree with you, Devin, not to cut you off, but I totally agree with you. They some churches more than others try and force it down people's throats, but honestly, I don't know. I just don't understand why. Like, I understand why some people need the faith, but I mean,
Jehovah's Witnesses, what the fuck is up with that?
Oh God, that's a whole nother thing that I don't think anyone should walk door to door anymore and try and sell a religion. Number one, you don't sell religion. It's either something you believe or you don't. It's like whether you believe how the dinosaurs were here or you don't. I mean, you believe in God or you don't. But you can't.
Okay, well, I got something here for you too. And we've all heard the jokes about somebody saying, the first thing you hear from somebody is that if they're an atheist or a CrossFit, it's the first thing they tell you. And that's similar to jumping down your throat and just kind of forcing I don't believe in anything and I want you to know that. And that would kind of be similar. And that's very, you hear that a lot from CrossFit. You hear that a lot from atheists and people who so broadly advertise it. And I think that comes down to knowing a little bit of restraint and being able to accept that other people are going to have different views than you, and that needs to be okay with people.
Yeah, it's like, how do you know when someone doesn't have a TV? They fucking tell you right when you meet them. Oh no, I don't have a TV. Happens every single time. That's exactly what atheists do. And it's what a lot of people do, no matter what religion. They will do that, and it's immediately like subliminally shoving it down your throat. I know it's not like, oh yeah, you should believe in this too. It's just kind of like a message that goes across your head, and you're like, wow, they're atheists. Maybe I should look into it, and maybe I'll feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, but this is all, like you said, it's still with people with religion do that too. The other day, someone I work with, on the back of their car, they have 3 Catholic radio stickers saying, listen to God. It's like, advertise it, but I mean, I think you should just advertise what the station is, not what you should do.
Well, that's part in the station, though, is if it's a Christian radio station, I see no problem with that at all. It would be the same thing as a 95.5. They advertise that they play hit music. It would be the same thing as 89X advertising more alternative music. It's just the radio station advertising what they do. So if they say listen to God, that's okay with me. But as long as they're not saying what you believe is wrong, that's where I think a line is crossed. If they say what I think, this is what
telling
I think,
you what to believe
I'm
is
okay
wrong
with it. But when someone starts telling me what to believe, that's where I think a line has been crossed. Now, if they can bring an educated point and be open-minded about a situation, and I can tell them what I believe and they can tell me what they believe, that's okay with me. But I think the big problems come in with people just being closed-minded to a situation and being arrogant and ignorant. And I think that's one of the problems with not necessarily public education, but with just kids at a young age wanting to talk about topics that are too big for their understanding.
Definitely.
That's a great point.
Definitely.
Okay, that was a pretty raw subject and deep
powerful.
there. But any other topics you guys want to bring up before we wrap up?
No, I think it's pretty fair today. I mean, not to bring up the food again, but I'm really looking forward to getting myself.
Ryan's about as big as
chili cheese fries.
as big as a sex person as he is an eater.
Oh,
The voice of sex and food at the same time.
Yeah, the
no,
man
let's
loves
not forget
food.
that you can't have sex if you're not powered by some protein here.
He's got a point.
There you
Or
go.
you're powering yourself with some protein by having sex.
Oh, that's one too. I actually read something quite interesting today. Not to cross the line here on the radio podcast, however you want to say this, but eating a girl out actually provides a protein source. Now, it's not a very strong protein source, and it's kind of the same as a man coming in a woman's mouth or a man coming in a
The
man's
1 calorie
mouth,
that's going to
whatever.
give you.
It's actually a proven protein supplement. If enough is produced, it is to be considered a proven protein supplement. So for all those who are avid workout people or anybody looking to add a little protein to their diet, don't be afraid to look to your loved ones because they might be the one to help
Loved
you
ones?
out.
No, you mean significant others.
Well, I'm not talking about your kids here, John. I'm talking about
You
your
said loved
girlfriends,
ones. That could be your
boyfriends,
mom,
friends with
your
benefits.
grandma.
John, I'm sorry that's where your head jumped, but I don't look at my mother that way.
I've got a sick, perverted little brain, so let's leave it at that.
Well, I hope your mother doesn't listen into this one.
I don't think she ever will. She never listens to anything I do. And with that, we're going to close out.
That
Remember,
was awesome.
I'm John, a.k.a. at Twitter, Gingy the Killer. That's Gingy with an I-E.
There you
And
go.
we got Devin with his Twitter handle.
At TTFS Mint, TTFSMINT Radical. And we got Ryan over here at...
That's going to be Papernik17, Papiernik 17. That's my lucky number there.
That's at
That's
Twitter.
signing out.
We also have
And-
Instagrams. Mine is at Devin the Bows, DEVINTHEBAWS. John is at...
I don't even remember mine. I'm not going to put it out there because my
Ryan.
girlfriend made it.
Ryan is at...
That's going to be RYPAP 17 again. So RYPAP 17.
And
we
with
are
that,
out
that
there now.
is the Serial Busters, and we're out. And we're out. And we're out. And we're out.